guys, I'm the Grey Gardener. If you don't know me, I run my own gardening business, and in doing so, I do some chainsaw work. Now, I've been sent this chainsaw by a company named LITHELI, and it's a battery chainsaw. It's designed for the home. I would argue you could use it on the allotment as well. This will be a spare for my gardening business. This isn't designed for commercial, professional use to be used day in, day out. As I say, it's designed for the home. I've got a job in mind. It's actually at my mum's, in my mum's garden. So we're going to basically chop up a little tree that's fallen down. And then I'm also going to test it on something that's a little bit bigger and just see, how well it really does on bigger things. And throughout all of that, I'm going to be looking at the key points. So I'm going to be looking at battery life, because that's important. I'm going to be looking at the overall feel of the tool. How does it handle? How does it cut? And then at the end, just give you my thoughts on whether or not I think you should buy it. So when you take it out of the box, what you're going to get? Well, you're going to get the main body, the chainsaw. You're going to get your 12-inch bar. You're going to get your chain. You're going to get the holder, the scabbard. So this is really simple to put together, as I say. The beauty about this, and it's the first plus point, is that you don't need any tools to put this together. So I think that will really appeal for the homeowner, And you also get the battery and the charger. And my first charge, it only took half an hour to charge fully, and it's well built and nice and easy to use. So what you're going to do now, you're going to fit the chain around the bar, and just be very careful because it's sharp. So you want to do that just roughly, because we're going to tighten it in a minute. So you can see here, the chain needs to go around this bit, and there's that little screw there that's going to go on the hole on the bar. So you want to pop the chain around here. You can see here that rests in there. The big screw there goes in the gap in the bar, and just hold that in place, and just with your finger just make sure the chain is on the bar. And this is the tensioner, so this tightens it. So you may need to tweak that initially just to get it on the bar. And what we're going to do now, we're going to screw the case back on. Okay, so you need to tighten the chain now. So again, this is really simple, no tools involved. As I say, the tension is there. That would be too slack. You can see the teeth, the grooves inside is totally coming away from the bar, so you need to just tighten that up, but not too tight. You just need to make sure you can pull it slightly. You can see that's got a little bit of play to it. That's what you're looking for, that's fine. So first things first, you'll need to fill it up with chainsaw oil to give the chain some lubricant. You've got a little window to check how much oil is in there, and this is very handy so you don't have to keep unscrewing the lid to look inside. So my initial thoughts were that it was super lightweight and really quiet compared to an engine. Later on in the video, I'll be doing a side-by-side comparison of my petrol chainsaw, so you can see for yourself, but it's definitely lighter. So if you're not used to using heavy equipment, this should be a major plus. Now, we saw a moment ago, you literally click in the battery and away you go. It has a safety button you hold in while pulling the trigger. Then when you let go of everything, the machine is off, so lovely and safe. So no messing around with engines and pull cords and filling it with fuel and potentially not working. This is a simple button and away you go. The only thing you need to worry about is making sure the bar oil is topped up. Now, I know a lot of people are put off using petrol equipment if they're not used to them, so this takes all of that away. It's nicer for you and also kinder on the environment, not to mention free to run. So I was kind of hacking away at it at this point. The cuts weren't the cleanest, but that was down to me, not the chainsaw. Now, a few weeks ago I took down some small trees and took out a hedge using my petrol saw, and it certainly felt similar in use to that, how it handled. This chainsaw got this tree cut down with ease, and I still had a full battery at this point. I wanted to then keep testing it to see if I could run the battery down. The makeshift table I was using was a bit wobbly, but it didn't deter too much when cutting it. As you can see here, it did a good job at throwing out the sawdust and chipping, so at no stage did it clog up, which was a major plus. What surprised me throughout testing was not once did I have to retighten the chain. Usually with new chainsaws the tension in the chain becomes loose and you have to keep tightening it, so again a major plus. So you can see the side by side here with my regular petrol chainsaw on the right and the LITHELI battery on the left. There wasn't too much difference, to be quite honest. Obviously you can feel the power on the petrol chainsaw, but I was more than content with the power on the battery saw. It did take a little bit longer, but in all honesty, what's a few seconds? This was the thickest I tested it with, and I would say it would definitely cut through something a bit thicker. So for the average Joe who will be using it every now and again, I'd say this is ample. And needless to say, it's well suited for all of the bits and pieces you might want it for. As I said earlier, no cloggage to talk about either. And if you want something to just plug in and go without the hassle of maintenance of an engine, but also something that packs a punch, then I would definitely say this machine is up to it. I enjoyed using it, and I would say all in all this will appeal to someone with little to no chainsaw experience who has a small to medium sized garden with a few trees who may want to use it every now and again. So I continued cutting other pieces of wood I had lying around, and after 45 minutes the battery had died, so I'd say battery life for this kind of model was pretty good. So I'll put a link in the description if anyone wants to check that out. Please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to check out the rest of my channel.